Sponsored by Winwing Technologies. You'll feel the flight regime, guns, gear, high alpha, and others. Hello valued viewers, I hope you're all doing wonderfully well. Welcome to today's mission, the Paphos incident. Bypass, take it away.
Okay, thank you. Welcome everyone to a what-if scenario mission. This is the first in what I hope is a series of missions that are to be based on very possible real-world scenarios, which though did not take place, and I would like to remind everyone that today's setting is indeed fictional, could well have occurred if events had played out just slightly differently. Throughout the what-if series of missions, I'll try to be as realistic as possible in terms of initial setting, equipment, and forces present, using real-world force composition, real units likely to be present at the place and time and involved, with their unit names and liveries when those are available, which most are today actually. The outcome of today's mission will depend largely on how well you guys play, how well your team performs, and what your objectives are achieved. Each objective achieved, and to what extent it is achieved, will count towards a point tally that will be given at the end of the round to decide the winner. Like in legacy-style board games, follow-up missions may evolve naturally from these outcomes, and if it matches the narrative or demand from you all present today and from the valued viewers is high enough, then I'll be happy to make them happen. Today is a PvP mission. This is the type I enjoy watching and participating in the most personally, but it will rely quite a lot on good teamwork and sound planning. So I look forward to seeing how you go about things, especially with so similarly armed and equipped F-16s going on F-16s, which I'm not sure has actually happened in the real world, or has it? You'll tell me. So that'll be interesting. I'm sure your red and blue pre-flight discussions will be intriguing. I had a great time making the mission, and I hope you'll enjoy flying in it. So without all that away, on to today's mission. A brief overview first for the blues. So you are under attack on all fronts. In the air, Turkey's finest, represented well here by our GRC lads, are coming at you. On the ground, 2 whole mechanized infantry divisions are on the move, and there's even a naval task force on its way. After a series of incidents, emergencies and standoffs in the late 90s, taking place in and around Cyprus, the Hellenic Air Force, Hellenic Army and Greek Cypriot National Guard units set up their joint exercises. During one such exercise in the area of Paphos on the east coast of Cyprus, GCNG Tor M1 air defense batteries track a pair of Turkish F-16s approaching the city and its airbase. They lock onto the 2 jets and request an immediate turnaround, but this warning is ignored, and the 2 pilots encroach deeper into Greek Cypriot airspace. Receiving no response to further warnings and left with no other option, the Tor launchers open fire, shooting down both planes. The fate of the pilots is unknown, but they have been listed as MIA. The Turkish government and its military is outraged and demand the Turkish president respond immediately. He thus puts the Cyprus-Turkish Peace Force, Turkey's own armed forces on the island, recently supplied with modern attack and unity helicopters from the army, on high alert, and requests them, as well as the armoured and mechanized brigades present, along with all available Turkish Air Force air assets, to prepare to receive orders for an immediate retaliatory strike on Greek Cyprus, to ensure future peace and security for all Turks on the island. Greece responds with an air and naval mobilization of its own and orders some of its elite air squadrons, including its attack helicopter brigade, currently exercising on Cyprus, to return to Paphos AB and prepare for the imminent Turkish attack. So it is now 23rd October. I'm looking at the blue 4 objectives first. Taskings A, area denial. So the blue 4 task will be to ensure Greek Cyprus retains its air defense capability, its SAM network, and then they'll be opposed by F-16s carrying harms. The task B is anti-ship. The PC-9M training airplanes will be tasked with sinking the enemy fleet. Task C, CAS, prevent capture of the 3 day 1 objectives that we'll go over later on, vital for any future campaign, and they'll be facing 2 mechanized infantry divisions. And for everyone, the blue task will be to inflict crippling losses on the attacking forces, to force a withdrawal and a ceasefire. I'm looking at the red 4 objectives. So the main task will be to destroy, neutralize the Cypriot air defense network, to remove the Greek air threat from theater, task B, and to gain control over the airspace over the island, to take out and hold Lakatamia Air Base and the International Airport, as well as Larnaca. And task D, to rescue the downed pilots. which the Army intelligence reckons they have a bearing on. Below that, we have our airfield information that you can refer to. Interesting, on the blue side, we have non-runways. We have 2 FARPs, a mountain FARP and a FARP bastion, details which will come a bit later. In terms of weather, its visibility is quite good, although you will start at 6:40 a.m., so in the dark, but going into sunrise. And once the sun rises, visibility will be quite good. And to the right of that, we have the red for airbase information. Now, if we go down to the map, it's quite a busy map. It's going to be a busy day, but it does provide a lot of the information you will need for today. The island of Cyprus, as you can see, is divided into north and south areas, Turkish-controlled and Cyprus-Greek-controlled, respectively, with the DMZ indicated as a thick grey thick line, and this line even runs through the capital, Nicosia. Pronunciation of local places is difficult in many cases, with a multitude of suggested ways of pronouncing local cities, so people will just have to forgive me if I get some wrong. I am sorry. I'm trying. You'll see on the island there are 2 British-controlled bases and their surroundings indicated in yellow. While they are not expected to intervene today in the operation, British forces are monitoring the situation carefully and have told both sides in no uncertain terms that their sovereign airspace should not be violated under any circumstances. The map key on the right provides you with the information on the forces from both sides. Turkish Air Force aircraft will be flying and likely arriving from the northeast, although that's no guarantee. It'll be up to them to decide. And Incirlik airbase being 100 miles away to support the Turkish offensive. You can see the 3 main Cyprus Turkish Peace Force thrusts and their objectives. Along the northern road to take the port of Katopyrgos, in the center to surround and take control of all of Nicosia and the airbase of Lakatamia and the international airport, currently in the neutral zone. And in the south, finally, the target would seem to be the vital city of Larnaca and its large airbase. GCNG defensive positions are marked in blue and will be trying to resist these attacks as best they can. Sometimes counterattack where possible, but they will be outnumbered, as the mobilization orders have only just been given, and in most cases they will be outgunned, and they will require immediate support. There will literally be hundreds of units attacking throughout the morning, so certainly a lot of action, and it's going to require excellent situational awareness. In addition to the air and ground offensives going on, you will notice to the east of Cyprus that a naval squadron is on its way to support the southern Turkish attack on Larnaca, and that will be another headache for the blue side to worry about. And the nearest friendly air bases away from the island itself are at 100 miles or 60 miles for the red side, but 380 miles for the blue side. Turkish intelligence is not expecting any Greek reinforcements from Crete, Suda Air Base, as they are certain that it's too far away and unfeasible, though a number of nations have shown that F-16s can travel far if they have to be, so be on your guard. Cyprus being so close to the Turkish mainland, Red 4 reinforcements are always a possibility. Lastly, to the map, we have the blue and red octagons, with the boxes next to them indicate air power compositions and starting locations. On the left side of the map are general information recommendations that members can read or already have read in their own time, but one thing I would like to mention are loadouts and squadron roles. This is the year 2000. Both blue and red forces engaged today have limited resources at the time, and they are in the middle of undergoing a modernization program, but they do not have all the loadout options available to all planes. The possible loadout combinations have been corrected to reflect this in the game. For example, Dagger, Leopard on the red side and the 2 F-16 squadrons on the blue side do not have access to air-to-ground weaponry. They are dedicated cap flights. However, if I have forgotten any planes in the game and you find that your airplane has no limit or restrictions, I would ask that you stick to the spirit of the mission and follow your squadron mate's main role and weapons. Or if in doubt, please ask. If you are shut down, you can respawn in a ground unit near the front, combined arms, where thanks to all the explosions and fire, you should be able to know where to go. You can also jump into a buddy's chopper or airplane if available and possible in a co-pilot seat and help to navigate, spot enemies, or act as gunner. So there should be plenty to do for everyone. Achieving objectives, damaging enemy forces, saving your own forces will earn your team points, and these points added up at the end will tell us whether it was mostly a red victory or a blue victory or somewhere in between. And first up, we have the Turkish Air Force brief. Okay, Bronze Squadron, the dedicated Siyad Diyad Squadron. And the same name as the one in the Turkish Air Force. Your primary objective is to suppress and destroy enemy air defense network using all means at your disposal, harms, mavericks, laser-guided bombs if you want. You're facing Buk launchers, infamous Tor M1 launchers, SA-15s, and SIME Linebacker mobile launchers, as well as multiple AA emplacements. So Turkish intelligence reports that enemy SAMs are concentrated around a few mountaintop batteries, as well as their 2 air bases. Though deadly, their munitions will be limited, though extreme caution is advised. Take off when ready and proceed with the mission. Cyprus is at your waypoint 1, waypoint 2 is Incirlik. Secondary objective, if time allows, numbers permit, rearm to assist ground forces in reaching ground objectives and engage targets of opportunity. Targets, which we'll go through a bit later, are mentioned here. You can rearm and refuel at Incirlik or Gazi Pasha, waypoint 3. Please communicate with your strike force elements to agree on the best tasking once Siad is done, if done. Okay, moving down to Dagger and Leopard. Your main task will be to escort said Siad flight and also the next flight following this. So you'll be facing the Greek F-16s and Mirages, and so watch out for enemy SAMs. Try and do your best to block the blue forces from getting to the Siad flights. As the elite fighter pilots of the Turkish Air Force, you have been chosen to ensure control of skies over Cyprus and provide friendly units with air cover. You are facing some of the best pilots that Greece has, so be on your guard.
Quick question.
Send.
Under targets for Dagger and Leopard, you list Gazelle Mistral as a target, but the mission briefing shows Gazelle M. Which is it? Is it Mistral or is it M?
That's a typo. It should be M, not Mistral. Okay, moving down to B flight, the advanced training squadron. Okay, so your job, you have a bit more of a free role. You can make your way to the island, and there you can engage in cap or air to ground. There are a multitude of targets. You can try and take on the helicopters or the PC-9Ms or the enemy cap flights. It's really up to you. Just coordinate with your team.
Got it. I am the Red 4 GCI's Mole Man.
Yes, you were training squadron, so congratulations. Your fighter training is now complete. Due to the current crisis, you have been immediately upgraded to frontline fighter status. Ferry to Cyprus, rearm refuel at Geshikale if needed, and take the fight to the enemy, providing cap cover and CAS for our troops on the ground. Good luck. Okay, on to the Cyprus-Turkish Peace Force brief, the rotary flights on the red side. First, we have Trident, the Super Cobras. Although they're a bit more exotic, a bit more modern than what you might imagine as a Super Cobra, but they're similar in most ways. They have rockets and anti-armor missiles equipped on the outer and inner pylons, respectively. Their main job will be to take down any ground units and air defenses at and around Lakatamia Air Base, at the international airport, to enable our transport helos to land special forces battalions and ground attacks to move into those airports and take them. You can expect GCNG counterattacks throughout the day, so be prepared to refuel, rearm quickly, and get back into the fight. There is also a secret op going on at the same time, and all or some of you may be needed to react to messages from command. Beware of possible PC-9s, enemy Vulcan AA, possible short-range man-pads in the area. You will also need to study the enemy ground unit's ID very carefully. There will be a lot of ground units in a small space. The picture will be confused, and you want to avoid blue on blue. You're going to be very busy. Moving down to Scimitar and Chariot flights. Your primary objective is to rescue the downed pilots, who we believe are making their way through the mountains. We expect news of their whereabouts to come through any moment, so watch out for messages. You have a difficult task, and your route will take you through enemy-held territory. But our boys are counting on you. You are equipped with door gunners and rockets to deal with any emergency encounters on the way. Moving on to the blue forces, the Hellenic Air Force. Their job will be to keep the red SIAD and CAP flights away from the island, away from the rotary flights and ground operations. Arrow and Perseus flights will have the exact same loader as the red CAP, which will make things interesting. Theseus will be backing them up and comes armed with the usual 2 Matra 530Ds and Magic 2s. All CAP F-16s will be able to arm with up to 6 AIM-120Bs and will be can equip AIM-9Ms, no Xs. The usual fuel tanks are also available for those who want them. Okay, moving down to Mistress flight. Mistress' primary objective will be to sink the enemy fleet. There's believed to be 1 to 3 Turkish Oliver Perry frigates with 2 to 4 support ships, and it's looking like an amphibious landing on the south coast is in the works. So our training jets with their Sea Eagles will have to do our best there. And if that is done and done successfully, then they can move on to the secondary objective, which will be just to defend Cyprus, take down enemy cap with AIM-9Ms, 2 of them, or move to an air-to-ground role. Now, moving on to the Hellenic Army GCNG Rotary Brief. Anvil flight, the Apaches. So your primary objective, okay, so you'll be charged with taking down an enemy armored division, a mechanized infantry division, and you'll need to fly low through mountains to get to the northern flank. Find the enemy armored column believed to be at a staging area located at your waypoint 10, your battle point, between the towns of Panterea to the west and Morfu to the east, to prevent the planned offensive on the vital port of Katopyrgos. You have been given waypoints guiding you through the mountains, and you should follow these closely. They will help you remain undetected. Follow the Diarizos River to waypoint 5, cross over to the mountains to the Argaki Valley. Friendly Cap and our robust air defense network will do the rest. Still, caution is advised. Rely on your RWR communications from GCNG Command. You'll be flying in low visibility, mountainous terrain. Adjust flare as necessary and be careful. Once that is done, if it is done, await instructions at a mountain FARP, which will be your waypoint 14. Okay. Lastly, we have the local GCNG attack helicopter squadrons based in the south at the airbase of Larnaca. They will be charged with doing their utmost to stop the attack on the southern city and the airbase. Hinds will be equipped with 8 ATGMs and 30mm AP rounds, as well as 2 rocket pods for softer targets. The Gazelle M will carry 4 hot missiles. You are quite near your starting airbase, so you can realistically rearm and refuel quite quickly, come down, get up again. But you'll need to watch for 23mm AAA, amongst other things. Friendly cap help will be limited, but you may need to call on friendly F-16 or Mirages to help if you have any issues. Everybody okay so far? Great. Moving on to the satellite images and intel. So these should give everyone an overview of what's going to happen, where everyone should be. CTPF forces are trying to cut off and isolate the capital. We have the battle for Nicosia at the top. As you can see, a whole mechanized infantry division will be attacking the capital and trying to surround it and capture the air bases. 2 under-strength GCNG mechanized brigades will try and stop them. Going down, we have the northern flank, which will be the target for Anvil Apache flight. This is the staging area for the 39th Mechanized Infantry Division and preparing for their attack on the port of Katopyrgos. The battle for Larnaca is next, scrolling down, and we have the airbase at the bottom of the picture, and we can see the city, and you can see the 14th Armored Brigade heading straight for weak defensive positions outside the city. So the Hinds and Gazelles will have a task on their hands for sure. Then we have for CTPF forces, we can see there are 3 air bases quite nearby each other with Geçitkale, Erkan and Pyenabashi all available for rearm refuel. This goes for any fixed wing as well. If they can land, they can rearm repair. Although Pınarbaşı is helicopter only. Scrolling down, we have the GCNG FARP. This is the mountain FARP that Anvil Flight will be using to rearm refuel after engaging the armored division I mentioned earlier at the northern flank. As you can see, it's quite even, so I don't think it should be an issue. Although if it's still dark, it will still be tricky. So be careful there. And down below that we have FARP Bastion, which will be an optional FARP for Gazelle or Hinds if their airbase is ever invaded or taken out of action. This will be just north of the town of Limassol on the coast. Moving to the Red Forces ID, there are a lot of units involved. It's very important that you try and recognize and remember what you're going to be up against and what is friendly and what is not friendly. You can see the Turkish forces have 16s, Cobras, Hueys, T-38s, and Cougars. And then we have the SAMs. You'll be facing multiple Hawk launchers, Rapier launchers, Avengers, and AA, AAA emplacements. Looking at the armor, the ground units, as you can see, there is a lot of Turkish armor based on the island, and you will see the numbers here compared to what the GCNG has. Moving over to Blue Forces ID, we can see again F-16s going up against F-16s. We have Apaches, Mirages, Hinds, and Gazelles, and these are all airframes that were available in 2000 on this very day. And the air defenses are realistic as well, with 1 to 3 book batteries, search radars, Tor M1 launchers, 4 to 6, and then linebacker mobile launchers, with some armor as well. AMX 30B2s, the French tank, and BMP3s, and some ATGM APCs. But the Blue Forces seem to be outnumbered.
Excellent work. Bypass, lots of work gone into this, very professionally prepared, which is great. On to today's side and flight. Red, Turkey, bronze, Viper, cover, high, cap, dagger, Viper, bear, Signore, penguin, Andres, leopard, Viper, Gary, Makabu, Shrak, B, T-38, Whistler, Trident, Super Cobra, MiG, Bree, Poosh, Skimmer to Empty, Chariot, Huey, Matrix. Greece, Arrow, Viper, Jigsaw, Simba, Stoat. Perseus, Viper, Rhino, Darber, Grump. Theseus, Mirage, Bypass, Tuxor. Mistras, PC-9M, Bendy, Cypher. Anvil, Apache, Chef, Unexpected Tanky. Hammer, Hind, Sock, Blight. Phalanx, Gazelle, Artie. Stand by for a big war.
231.
Hello.
Gotcha, hi, let's meet at the runway.
Cap rolling. I don't want to be that guy, but I can't remember how to use the harms. That is all.
That's fine, we've got a fair transit. What the fuck just exploded?
Sonic boomed by someone.
Yeah.
Goddamn Greeks!
Sure, once we get up.
It's the Greeks.
We're not going to burn the way there, because we got to be slow.
Alright.
We got to conserve fuel, so we have time to set it up. Main thing, once we're holding short, I'll get you to arm it up and start powering it.
I got real weird stuff on my HUD and on my DED. Real weird stuff. Have you got that too?
Yep, that's, I think, part of the update.
Wag. No.
Hey.
Not anymore, he doesn't. He's not sucking for that shit anymore. Not when you get treated like a piece of bitch.
All flights, bronze is holding short of the runway. We'll take off after the first cap is airborne. Just
I'm holding short behind you guys. Ready.
Oh, no.
We need to search only for S810s, correct? I want to search only for S811, sorry.
We don't even have our cell phone
yeah, we're primarily going to search for SA-11s. I'm keeping mine opening just to get a bigger picture. But if high that specifically to look for the SA-11s, that'd be great.
Send Blair.
Yeah.
Gary's flight is taking intersect to take off immediately.
Yep. Gary's flight's good to take off immediately. Bear, are you guys on 243?
Negative. I'm on 231 with you, and I don't have any other radio to change to.
Okay, that's fine. If you want to relay, so you said Gary's flight's in the air?
Negative. They're taxing to intercept to take off immediately.
Alright, let me know once they get wheels on place. We'll launch immediately after.
No problems. I'm on push to talk with them, or voice activity with them, so I can talk to them as well.
Roger, will we stay in place?
I don't want to be that guy again, but I checked F10 map, and even when we're not on there, it's full Milsim, man.
Yep. It's fine. Waypoint 3 is our home plate. That's going to be Ghazi Plaza. It's a short runway, about 7,000 feet or so, 8,000 feet. So we're going to have to take it kind of slow to get in there, but it saves us almost 70 miles.
And I'm gonna search only for SDs and 11s, specialized in that, so I can search for the SA11s. You can keep an open search for everything else. So.
Okay.
Yep. And cabin high for any snowdrifts, which is the SA11 radar.
Press radio check.
Mandatory 2 shots. Take 2 shots.
Check.
Missile.
2 cars for SDs. Roger, roger.
Alright, therefore taking the runway, let's take it.
2, rolling, baby.
Venom 1-3 taking runway 2-3.
Crossflight taking runway 23 and trail gears.
Some boys up ahead.
Oh Jesus, that desync.
Look, they're doing a formation takeoff. We better not do that, guys. Wind is on. Turbulence, whatever.
Yep. Alright, one's on the power, 80%.
God, they nearly crashed.
Second interval.
They almost crashed. Look at that.
Once brake release.
3-second interval on the brakes.
Cap is rolling. Those formation guys nearly crashed into each other. Then they realised that wake is on. How embarrassing for them.
Coming off the burner, immediately off the lift.
Yes, sir. Always off the burner.
Steer for us, 215, 10 degrees, nose up, full drive.
Ik bin Turkish Air Force or something. How do we get our DED back so it doesn't say that stupid under development?
No idea.
Excellent news.
I've got market P504 data, I've never seen that before.
Same.
Same, yeah. What's that on the HUD? Me too. I don't know.
Alright, heading 215, 10 degrees, nose up, full drive.
Have we got airbrake support, guys? I've forgotten.
Apron, we do.
Phew. I got a HK on HTS. That's a Hawk site. Who's running Hawks?
I think that's ours. That's way too close to be hostile.
Yeah, Hawksu should be.
All set up. We'll get the lights off here.
2. Oh, tally the boys. Hello, boys. Lights off. 2.
I'll keep my arm for a second, just let him catch up.
Oh, you're catching up here, close.
Airborne contact on the nose, 80 miles, HSD.
Got it. Anybody else getting it randomly saying Jenga at you or some shit?
Gender?
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah. Data? Yeah, data.
I haven't been watching the updates, so I have no idea what they're doing. Well, so far, all is doing relatively well.
Joining on lead left.
visual high.
Whoa!
Distance, so take the distance.
Whoa! Whoa! Oh
Yeah,
my god!
Take distance so we don't hit each other.
What was that, guys? That was scary. I was wondering why I couldn't play proper formation. I assumed I'd have lost all my skill because I haven't been DCSing much lately. Turns out it was lag, which is good. Or bad. But good. On the plus side, guys, and you know me, I like to look on the plus side. Look, a lovely bit of sun to the east.
Yeah, it is lovely.
That's the plus side, valued humanoids.
Let's be advised, Bronze is 100 miles out from first target area.
Fuel stage showing 78 for high.
That's the same for 178. As long as we RTV with about 1500, we'll make it to Gazi Plaza. For reference, in case I go down, that's waypoint 3.
Road to the northwest of the target, more or less.
Roger.
Our illustrious leader will never go down.
Until my computer shits itself, like the last time we flew together, Cap.
We're going to fall out the sky if we're going any slower.
Yeah, let's go ahead and throw some gas in for a second.
Multiple hostiles, actually 100 miles away, 1 o'clock.
Roger, tap that him on SA.
Okay, you can go to mill power lead, 30,000, hold 30,000.
Yep, pulling her back to coal and leveling here.
Right, we better get rid of our bags, we don't need them now.
Yep, going to Jess.
Roger. I watch yours go. Let you know. Okay, good bag on 1. Gone. Stop your babies.
All Cap, I'll call your bag off, Cap. Go for drop.
Trying.
Hi, the Sky reporting. No enemy 16 nails reported at this time. They may be running dark.
Bag. Good drop on 2. On the drop line.
Maybe, could you see me, Cabo? Because I've lost, just scratch it, I see you.
Yep, you slightly high on my 9.
Right, HTS on, master arm
Little bit
on,
90 points
AG
right there,
on,
pushing a little bit.
HST
And
on.
high, you're too far back for me to see. If your bag's off or not. Bag's still on for you, high.
Yeah, I'm about to drop. Here she goes.
Hostiles, 80 miles, 1 o'clock.
Good separation, high.
Thanks, sir. Right. Let's go.
Tor spotted as well as break books.
2 more SA-15 beyond that, and an SA-11. I'll take shot SA-15. You want to queue up for those SA-11s that are off 1 o'clock, about 120?
Roger. SD's got them. I'm gonna turn degrees about 230, aim for those.
Oh, lovely bit of sun, valued humanoids. Lovely bit of sun.
Roger, we'll stay close till we get a little bit further in. I want them to think we're still another fighter sweep here.
It's a long
My hope is they're going to tease us or scare us.
I'm on your right, boys.
First tour, 70 miles.
Yep, roger. Let's go full burn, get our speed up pretty high, and then we'll back it off as we get a little closer.
Yes, ma'am. Jawohl, Kapitän.
Roger, let you pass me on the left and I'll burn behind you.
Sounds good.
New airborne target within 60 miles. Probable helicopter.
Yep, visual. Both on the deck, angle 0, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably helos. That's coming off their fart. I'd like to get SA-15 because I know that's where our helos want to work. So we'll get that tour and then we'll move on for the SA-11s. They're right in the mountains where I thought they'd be.
We need to get the SAM within the missile footprint, I think, don't we?
You want me to go for the SA-11s on the right, or we'll go together?
We'll go together. We'll take a shot at that SA-15 first. Coming off the burner, going back full drive.
First tour, 60 miles.
Right. Not showing them yet on my memory. Let me see here.
Bypass the spout approach is wrong. Reminder to dock his pay.
Alright, I just got the snowdrift on one of them popping up.
Roger, I got both snow drifts popped up. I got him. I can lock them up right now with my arm. Ready.
Yeah, if you want to lock those up, I'm going to stay looking for that SA-15.
Roger, I'm gonna turn 5 degrees right and lock them up. I got 2. I'm showing 2.
SA-15 probably hasn't turned its stuff on yet.
Yeah, probably. Are you able to get both of those snowdrifts in one pass, you think?
Yes, sir, I will. I got locked the one on the left. I'm gonna shoot 2 harms and then 2 harms to the one on the right. Shoot good.
Perfect. 3-year shooter in the first 2. Once you're clean of arms, you'll go to air, cover me and cap as we try to clean up.
Roger that. Want me to get within 20 miles, 25 miles or so? Where you want me?
Take as far out as you're comfortable with good impact. I wouldn't get within 25. We're going to trespass on the enemy.
But 25 sounds good. I'll go as fast as I can and yep.
Caps detecting snowdrift.
Yep, detecting it as well.
You are going mad. This server's going to crash.
I've got RT. I don't know what the fuck those are.
I don't know what RT is. It should be where the SA-15 is, but I don't know what that is. So leave it. Don't shoot it because we don't know.
Hi, 15. I'm a little, like 2 miles to your 3 o'clock, guys. Keep pushing on to the SA-11s.
RT is a rapier launcher. I think that's our friendly. Maybe.
Unknown, so don't shoot. I didn't see it in either of the briefing IDs.
Yeah, that's a rapier.
Rapiers are friendly, yeah?
Should be, yes. In the briefing they showed friend.
Maybe the helicopters have dropped it off.
Yeah, I don't see anything other than the snowdrifts. I don't think the SA-15's turned himself on yet, but I'm keeping an eye out for him. You're clear to fire on those snowdrifts whenever.
Watch out for those bad guys on the right, guys.
Yeah, we should be notching them. They're gonna have a hard time tracking.
Still out of range, boys, but yeah, I'm gonna keep pressing.
You're clear to press, so I've got your visual.
Looks clear though, lots of friendlies around us. Looks like they're gonna be engaging guys to the west, northwest.
And Cat Flight is lost lead. We see you over there engaging bandits on the northwest side. We're gonna sneak in to the east, see if we can't search out some
Ready, rock and roll.
Alrighty, you man, let's do it.
Oh, he is the man.
Whistle here, I'm gonna try and decoy them on the south, flashing my radar.
Yeah, keep them as far south, or to the west as you can. We're gonna hit the SAMs from the east. And hi, we're gonna stay to your east, so after you take your shots, rejoin, you'll be cutting it left.
Roger, I'm gonna be defending left. Guys, just be aware, check out all of those bandits pretty close to us to the northwest.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be able to sneak behind them. Or at least in their blind spot and drag them parafighters. If we gotta run, we'll run west. Or correction, run east. We'll go back up the coast to Incirlik if need be.
Roger, egress west, egress east, and defend left.
Right.
We're slipping right past these reds. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yup. Gonna turn gonna take a 5-degree turn left here, pointing towards my target.
1 and 2 are nearly in range of first snowdrifts.
Just outside max launch, but I want that SA-15 to come up.
Ain't gonna happen.
We need at least 20 more miles.
Yeah, we'll be okay.
Yeah, we're good. I'm waiting for the burner, man. I got 6,000 pounds. I don't want to burn early.
Yep.
I just realised friendly flight members aren't showing up on HSD. New bug question mark?
On the HSD? They showed up for me. Oh, I see what you mean.
Brake Tor is active. Tor is active.
Roger, got the tour, locking it up.
Cap firing.
Roger.
Missile out on Tor.
Well, that was fucking close.
All the best ones are. Good luck, Tor. I mean, Harm.
I'll back you up with a shot.
Yep, send it.
I'll place be advised.
Low
Magnus,
contact, 12 o'clock,
SA-15.
right where the SAMs are, should be a chopper or something. You guys see him on SA?
Alright, keep this heading for now, Cat.
Yeah.
Off this.
Alright, baby. That is 2 times Harm's out. First snowdrifts are now in the footprint.
Yep, roger.
Plus search radar.
Cat, come right, adjust heading of 240. We're going to back up those snowdrifts.
Roger.
We're going to back you up on those shots. I just want something gets flashed off the road. I think we're deep now. I help you from those snowdrifts.
Shack, SA-15.
Good kill.
On vector for snowdrifts.
I think we lost high. We lost high. Going for the snowdrifts.
Let's do it.
Lock high.
Magnum.
Remember, there are 2 snowdrifts and 1 surface search radar out there, so there's 3 things to fire at. I'm going to put 1 on each. Power on. Let's do this, baby. Let's do the whole effing village.
Alright, go burner cap. Let's try to get our mission complete.
Roger, I want to get in range of that second snowdrift as well. I want to take them all out.
Yep, roger. Magnum?
Cap's throwing at first snowdrift. Oh, baby.
Yep, I got one off on each of those.
Magnum first snowdrift.
Roger. Magnum second snowdrift. And last Magnum off snowdrift. Just had SA-11 pop up quickly. Alright, my Magnums are off. I'm breaking left, defend left.
I want to pop at this guy. I'm just going to have a pop at the surface search radar as well.
Yep, roger. Just defend left if you can. We're going to be trespassing those fighters here in a second.
Come on, baby. Get in Ranga. Get in Ranga.
Cold heading 150.
Push, 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 push. Magnum. Back I come.
Just engage SA-11. We lost one member, but we're doing okay.
Vector, say Vector.
150 to rejoin cap.
150, roger. Altitude?
31,000. 31. Barry, you still up?
Shack 1, Book radar.
They're still up, yes, currently engaged.
Do you guys need some help? We got some fuel and some ordnance come through and help out with the air and air.
Understood.
We can dive down and take that chopper below us if you want. The tour's dead.
Yeah, there's going to be some linebackers down there. I don't want to go down there. Let's deal with this air. Turn left now. We're going to rejoin friendlies and see if we can support. We got to press that way anyway for waypoint 3.
2. Shack number 2, radar Book.
Ah, fuck, they must have shot my missiles down when I shot at them. Oh well.
Tally fight, it's a big Charlie Foxtrot, so be careful about putting Fox 3s in there.
Yeah, we're going to just hit them from behind though, so we can pinch.
We'll get close and be sure.
Now, as the advised, Bronze is now egressing west. We're going to try to hit that big fur ball from behind, from the east. 2 radars down.
They're all low.
Kill cap.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm scanning low up to 60, or up to 40. We'll get them a little closer.
Close now.
Remembering how to use these things, Cap.
Welcome to my world. There's a guy in 40 miles, Angels 10 cold.
Yeah, I see him. We're going to hit it from behind. We got to press that way anyway for waypoint 3.
They're heading away from us faster than we're going, so we ain't catching up, but...
We've only got 5 pounds of fuel, so I'm trying not to push it too much.
Come on, weird dogfight. Turn back into us. Yeah, it's got a track. Left hard, there's a guy snuck by us on the left.
2 turning.
He is 280, close. High.
Yep, another one down there as well, Angels 11. You go for the high guy, go for the low guy.
Yeah, block, the radar, the AWACS must have lost him.
Yep, low guy is friendly, low guy is friendly.
I'm doing my guy, you do your guy.
Low guy was friendly, I'm going for the Angels 2-4 guy.
My guy's disappeared. God damn it. I've lost my guy, he's on the notch or something, but I've lost him.
Yeah, we lost him as well.
No, I haven't. No, I haven't. Scratch it, picked him up again. Angels 15, decreasing 14 miles on 250. Angels 14. Chasing him down.
Yeah, I can't get a lock on my guy.
Okay, young man.
There we go.
They think they're going to land, but it's not going to happen. Right, just watch out for those books. 16 miles.
Yeah, they got the AWACS, I think.
15 miles. To burn or not to burn? To burn or not to burn?
Yeah, he's still full cold aspect, isn't he?
There's only one answer to that. Oh, hello, cover.
I can't get a TWS lock with him.
Did some conning, hopefully getting their attention.
13 miles. Where are you?
Careful, you're gonna start to trespass on those sands.
Watching.
Yeah, I think he's just dragging his cat. Might disengage that one, honestly.
Give me.
We're gonna get in firing parameters before they're saying that.
Give me a minute. Alright, I'm taking it up to the edge of the Samnet.
Roger. I'm gonna turn east and just kind of patrol on here. Yeah, visual of you, Cap. I'm here 3 o'clock.
Somebody in flight commander off to tell you.
Approaching launch zone. Fox 3 and notching.
Roger, defend right.
Still right. Dropped by a Stinger. Stay alive, boys. We're winning so far.
Turning out of Samnet.
Roger. Reach your wind 3 o'clock. Angels 30.
Got him! Got him! That's gonna piss him off.
Oh, nice shot. How the fuck?
Take us home, boss. What a great day so far.
Roger that. Turn waypoint tree.
Stay heading at my DD, everything's completely shagged.
Right. Heading 335.
335, roger.
So here I have a target burning in the center of
You should see me. I am Angels 30 conning you 3 o'clock.
Gotcha. Coming. I'm dead. My plane's fine, but I'm dead. What happened?
What?
I got kicked from the plane.
Really? It doesn't say. You must have just lost internet. Are you sure you're dead, Cap? You're showing.
Yeah, it's apparently an AI bug. AI has taken over the aircraft, so, okay. Go have fun with AI.
Right control J, I think.
AI is flying it back home. I can't get back in. I don't know what to do.
And all flights bronzes, RTB. It looks like Cap had a weird bug where the AI took over his airplane and he can't fly anymore.
Can't even watch. Can't even spectate.
Yeah, I've never heard of that bug before, have you?
That's it, Whistler.
Fox 2, splash.
Yeah, the balance was off, wasn't it?
Way off. What balance? We're winning the ground war.
Well, the main thing was the ground war. I mean, it's a land invasion, and our SAMs are still up. So we've basically won. If we stop it now, we've won.
Yeah.
My DCS has crashed. I'm gonna go back in and jump in a tank.
Copy.
I mean, I'm just happy I killed Bear and took out one of the GRC guys, so they only had 3 at the end of the fight.
Nice.
So that was particularly weird. I was landed on the ground in the Apache, with switching its engines off, and then it just blew up.
Nice. Yo, I got this chieftain in a really, really painful position for the enemy here. He's flanking the shit out of them. Basically single-handedly taking out the column.
Well, Tanky, I'd say randomly exploding Apaches is a bug. Therefore, get a new chopper.
Fair enough.
Yeah, how's the flight, Tanky, so far? Was it easy to find? Was it difficult?
It was easy enough. You know, keeping up with space was a little bit interesting. And I know unexpectedly some lags in the ISIS source, which was then making it difficult. You know, I dropped down to 17 FPS, which in VR is not the nicest. But yeah, it is what it is.
Okay.
I'll see you back in then.
All flights update on the battle at Larnaca. The ground fight, we're winning it.
Copy. Thanks for the update.
Copy. Copy.
Shoot her! Shoot her! Got her. Yeah, it should turn face, but he's not going to. Take her out. Ooh!
Welcome back, valued viewers. That ended weird. Basically, we just started losing our place and being replaced by AI, didn't we? That's what happened to me. Did it happen to you guys?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so obviously it's bugged and it didn't work. But we can at least count until that point, and then we can terminate the mission there. That's the best we can do, guys. Right. Do you want to do an overview first, or do you want to go flight by flight and try and work out what happened bypass?
Let's go flight by flight then.
Right, we might as well start with Reds because we were on it to cover what did our group do. Bronze, Turkey.
So we took off, loaded for seed. We went, destroyed an SA-15 at Karna, Larnaca, whatever that place is, that airport. High got shot down by something, we think. We're not sure what.
He must have lost his place like us, I bet.
I saw him explode, but we were way outside the range. I'm not sure what happened there. Then me and Cap went and shot at some snowdrifts. I think he killed 2 of the radars, so we got at least 2 of the SA-11s down. Then we chased a bandit. Cap splashed him, and then Cap got replaced by an AI. Then I flew back to rearm and go back up, and as I was rearming, I got replaced by an AI. And that was the end of Bronze.
Do you reckon it's Wagner saying, we don't want these jerks playing my video game anymore? Presses a button which replaces us with him, or something.
That's what you get for. That's what you get for using real names and real countries.
There you go. It is. We're not going to have this.
Dagger and Leopard worked together as Cap. We went up as 7 ship. We came back as a 4 ship. Several kills, 3 losses.
Well done, guys. Do you know how many you killed? Your 3 losses, just to give us an idea of how it
Well, I don't know if there was any enemy cap left when we were done.
I did have a cheeky look on spectators, and I couldn't see any, but it might have been. It might have not included guys in the airports. I don't know.
Penguin got
all of Blue
2 or
Cap ended up
3.
getting shot down.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Got one. There you go.
Even I shot
Fuck
one
yeah.
down as Ziad. I shot one down. I was well chuffed with that. It was such a good shot. Right.
So three losses from our cap, but we shot
I do
everyone
feel
down.
a little bit sorry that we got the competitive team who's on a winning streak at the moment. But you know what? A win's a win, guys. Guys, a win is a win. All right. Next effective group on the Turkish side, please.
That would be my lonesome ass in a F5. So being a Gen 3 among Gen 4 craft, there wasn't too much I could do other than be a distraction, or so I thought. Other than getting up real high and flashing my radar in various places to try and divvy up the Blue 4 forces, I was generally unharassed and stayed to the southern of the island after my initial northern incursion. Found a Gazelle by smoke-launched rockets or missiles or whatever the Gazelle supports there. I don't fly it myself, so I can't say. I just know what I saw.
Whistler, I appreciated it.
Most welcome. He got a 9P for it. And lastly, I believe I found a C-101 inbound on that his friendly airfield and caught a glimpse of his wings along the seaside, took him out, and headed for home. And as I was watching the flyby camera about to puncture through a cloud, suddenly my lights went on and I realized I no longer had control of my plane.
You got taken over by the big W. All right.
F5, how dare you do too well?
Fair enough. Well done, Whistler. You could have done a lot worse, put it that way. Next, Turkish group, please.
Yeah, sure. Me, Bress, and Push took off. Went to find enemy ground units. We were trying to visual ID and use Bress as bait as well. And then me and Bress got kicked. And AI decided to fly instead of us. So that was it.
How did the AI do, by the way, guys? Did my guy do better than me?
I just saw the for the KA-50s, the AI just turned tail and went back towards the airport.
Boring AI. All right, fine. Is there anyone on Turkish side that I've... Well, lovely big air-to-air fight. I'm watching Turkey versus Greece. That's super cool, guys. Okay, on to the Greeks. Off you go.
All right, so Aeroflight, we decided to take up the Spartan battle cry and went out to war or came back on our shields. We pretty much all came back on our shields, but we definitely kept you guys out to sea, which was a goal, and we took out 1 seed and 1 GRC cap member, so we consider that a victory,
Well done,
even
boys.
though we all died.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to, especially with lag, I wouldn't want to be fighting them lot. I wouldn't have a clue what to do. Well done. Next, Greek set. Send.
Yeah, it's the other cap flight F-16s. Took off. Dobber and Grump, I think, had some issues getting up. They crashed or had some damage, so they had to respawn. Met us up there. Then we saw all the bandits coming in, so went to engage. I was having some issues getting missiles off. I think I'm just not used to 16 and did something weird. And then so I had to keep disengaging, and then I sort of panicked, pulled too hard on the stick, and then my man blacked out and crashed into the sea, which I'm just going to blame on AI as well.
Hey, you really?
Yeah, I'm just blame AI. And then Grump and Dobber were still up, but obviously I was outside. I'm not too sure what happened in there. They don't look like they're here, so yeah, it's okay, but yeah, a few issues.
I'm just reviewing my flight, or bronze flight. We did indeed take out a Tor and 2 snowdrifts and a generic search radar, which was nice. And High died because he went off course and ran into the fight. Just ran into the fight, and that's why High died. Sorry, continue, Greek.
Okay, that would be Toxor and Bypass next. Ironically, the mission maker, I died first. I led poor Toxor into a SAM network, so we died. But that meant that we could watch the fight, and the air-to-air fight was the highlight, I think, of the mission.
Which also proves you weren't cheating, which is good. Next, Send, Greek.
Yep, Mistras, Bendy and Cypher doing anti-ship, so we ferried over from Paphos to Larnaca. We each got off 2 Sea Eagles, returned to Larnaca, rearmed Cypher, departed the runway, so he wasn't able to take off again. But I headed back out, launched another 2. I don't know if we took down any ships, but we got a total of 6 Sea Eagles off. And on the way back, discussing retasking, got taken out by Whistler in an F5.
Oh, bless your cotton socks, Whistler. Well done. Nice. Any other groups we haven't talked about, guys?
Anvil.
Send.
Anvil, flight of Apaches. So we went through a nice flight through the valleys. Unexpected, had technical issues, a lot of lag, so he had to reconnect. I don't think he made it to the attack point. So it was just Tanky and me. We got in position just in time to witness the Stoutmaster got shot down by a Stinger or something like that. And then I started shooting Hellfires upon Hellfires on enemy positions. Jigsaw joined me as a CPG, and he kept on raining down Hellfires. So everything was going great, and suddenly I was replaced by an AI.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I made it to the battle point, but as soon as I got there and started shooting, the AI took over.
Yeah.
And I had a weird bug where
AI took over.
It crashed me, completely blew up my helo when I was close to the ground. And then as I was flying back, kicked me out.
Right. Brilliant. Anyone else, guys?
Yes, we've got the Mi-35s with Dampo, Sacco, and Blight. I can say for myself, I got shot down pretty early, so I took command of the ground war after that. I'll let Blight talk about the Mi-35 that he flew, and then I'll take over for the ground war.
Go.
Yeah, headed up the coast, started attacking the tanks, and then AI took over, and then heard reports that my Mi-24 was headed out to attack ships by itself.
Huh.
It was a brave little AI.
AI be crazy, yo.
Yeah, so I got shot down pretty early by machine gun fire. Lucky shot to the rotor blade. So then I took over as the ground war commander at Larnaca. I set up all the chieftain tanks in a like an L-shaped bracket position along the roads, and we murdered every convoy member that came through.
Are you going to send me footage of that? Because I'll never be able to get it.
Yes, I did. I got it all.
Wicked. You do that. Any other members before we look at the summary?
RT, Phalanx, the Gazelle, did a shuttle from Larnaca to offshore of the Southern Convoy, took out about 9 or 10, and eventually was shot down by Whistler in his F5.
Yeah. Order an RT, that's not an easy thing to do. Right, guys, in terms of summaries, it looked like a really well put together mission by a bypass. It was just unlucky that we got bugged, but it's going to happen. Any kind of summaries on who won the battle as best we could do bypass?
Well, it seems to be a stalemate. The Reds took out the Blue Cap, and they perhaps kept the northern flank, but the Blues probably destroyed the fleet, and they have the ground objectives at the end of the battle. Now, if the Red Cap had managed to return to base and rearm, it might be a different story. But at the moment, it seems to be a stalemate to me, anyway.
Roger.
Yeah, Blue took out the Southern Convoy, attacking Larnaca completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and is still in possession of Nicosia and the air bases there.
Bypass. 4 of the Red Cap did return to base.
Yeah. So
he didn't get back into the action, though.
If they had gone back into the action, it would have been a bit more red-sided, I guess.
Right. Yeah, we didn't have the time to turn around. Exactly. Yeah.
So be it, guys. Draw, but a good fight, guys. Good fight.
Absolutely.
Right.
Very fun.
Any guys, boys, as usual, send me any footage, any snippets you want, and I'll stick them in. Any final thoughts by anyone before we sign off?
It's funny, Cap. If you actually look at your attack view, you can see where the AI takes over and replaces us.
It's a new weapon.
That's weird.
That's a reported bug.
That's weird.
Well, in traditional Simba fashion, I went head on into GRC 4v1 and found myself in Turkey, weirdly enough, and Penguin killed me.
Scoreboard said you killed 3 people. I think you killed all three of our cap that we lost. So good job. Unless somebody else killed our guys, but good job, man.
He's been practicing lately. I can't beat him in the dogfights now, so he's been practicing. So
yeah. Well, he was actually on the top of the scoreboard.
Well, someone's going to have to knock him down a peg or two because he's there for abusing, and that's it. Great.
Valued viewers out there, we are moving more and more content to GR2. Please see us there for more exciting missions and ops and fun.
It's growing hugely, guys. It's over 3 times as big now, and it'll keep going. So all is well. Right, valued to humanoids, if that's what you are. It was a good fight, as best we could do. I'll see you on Wednesday or whenever.